Just a couple things to report. First, Mrs. Albright Troxel, what happened at Blackwood Lake back when Hurricane Sandy hit wiped out that whole inside of everything because it's in a floodplain. So that's what happened there. Regarding Millbridge Apartments, police department has no control over the addressing. We have no problem with 911. It's all set statewide to the PSAP, so we've never had any problem responding there. So I can speak for the emergency services that that's never really been an issue for us with the addressing. I want to just inform council a couple things. We're aware of concerns about EMS from a post that went out from the IAFF Local 3249. I think it was on Sunday, and I checked right away with our emergency management coordinator, SWAC, when I became aware of the social media post. The social media post, as I read it, was just saying how busy they were. There was a high call volume for EMS and some crashes and things. Inspira was fully staffed. We had 3 ambulances and a supervisor working. It doesn't take much to take up 3 ambulances if you have multiple people in a car crash for transports. So the mutual aid plan, which is done every single day, our EMS is constantly even going to other towns, helping each other. And so there was no concern. They were within normal operating parameters, calling for the mutual aid. But I believe some of the posts that were, or comments were taking it in a direction. So I just want to let council know, we looked into that. There are procedures in place that if there is an EMS shortage, they have to notify us, both the Camden County Alarm Room and Inspira and whatnot. We have procedures, some tripwire things to notify us if there's an issue. Speaking, I'll get to Gloucester Township Day, but to say that evening, Inspira enacted their emergency plan. They had normal EMS services. We had them pre-positioned here just for a normal Gloucester Township, and even they moved up additional resources out of their location in Millville. So there was actually 6 ambulances in Gloucester Township ready to go, plus countywide enacted an EMS task force, it's called, which draws resources from all across the county for EMS services. Gloucester Township Day obviously was a night like we haven't seen. We had more officers on duty that night than we typically did. This is not a phenomenon that as we're seeing, because Saturday night, Pennsauken had to cancel their fireworks. We sent officers, a contingent of officers of mutual aid up to Pennsauken. They canceled their event. We're seeing the same types of behaviors that was seen here in Gloucester Township. Again, we're very good at handling the kids and things like that, and the issues that we run into. But this was different with the type of people that came. I appreciate the words of support from not only council members that have reached out to me. I know Mr. Polidoro, I appreciate his comments and reaching out, but just so many other people that have reached out. And there's literally, we're still going through hundreds of hours of surveillance, body cam video. It went on, and the amount of people that came through ride shares and drop-offs was very difficult for us, because we were moving along. You just couldn't take them anywhere, and it was a decision that we made to put them in that parking lot and try and handle them there instead of chasing them through Glen Oaks or Rosegate and things like that. But the officers all responded. I couldn't be prouder of all of them, both the mutual aid that we received, that plan. We had a plan in place. We enacted it very early before we had serious problems, so that we had even more officers, but it just continued to, the hostilities that the officers endured, the things that were said to them, the fights that were happening right in front of us, even as we tried to interact, and I watched officers jump in middle of a crowd to break up a fight and stop someone from getting seriously hurt. As you heard, we've identified, we made actually 17 arrests that night as we calculated, just the fog of the battle that was going on. We were releasing people and getting them. We made 17 arrests that night. By far, only 3 of the people that we arrested were from Gloucester Township. The rest were from outside the area. We have since made additional arrests. Even some of the arrests that we made that night, charges have been upgraded as we watch and go through surveillance and body cam video. We're determined on it as best that we can to hold people accountable. And we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to put out as we get evidence. We've had many people reach out to us and give us information, and we appreciate that, some of the plans that we had to gather evidence. So, but moving forward, the mayor was very supportive. He was at the command post the entire time during the incident. We were communicating, and we immediately had meetings this week. Mr. Cardis was part of, and the scholarship committee. And I gave my input on it is that listen, I think we've had this. I think it was the 41st year, and I came to the very first one as a teenager. I had friends that lived on Cedar Creek, and I remember when we had it. So through 29 years as a cop, I've worked many of these, and it's very clear to me we should not let them determine how we live and do things. So I'm in favor of having a Gloucester Township Day. Again, I don't like to let thugs like that take charge and win over our community. Whether we make changes or not, times and things like that, we're discussing, but we have to. This is such a great event for the scholarship committee. So much planning is put into that. People like Debbie Carr and Dick Hollinshead that put their time and effort, and the whole committee, I just mentioned those two. We can't let these other people determine how we're going to do and live here. So we're determined to continue to keep our traditions going. We may have to change it. We're looking at all different things. I can tell you that this trend is not, it's not held to Gloucester Township, and even some of the comments that I see the township getting trashed or that, totally inappropriate, totally uncalled for. The people that came here to cause that disturbance, it was organized through TikTok, organized through social media. It's very hard to monitor that stuff, but we're working. Assemblyman Hutchinson's office, I spoke to Senator Moriarty immediately, and there's a bill that's being developed with the support of New Jersey State Chiefs, because it's happening all throughout the state and the region, for enhanced penalties, and I'm working, the mayor is working with that to try and come up with some solutions to hold people accountable. So I just want to give the word encouragement. It was, yes, this negativity happened here, but it was a very proud day for the police department, our plans. No one was seriously injured, and we're going to continue to find out what else we can do. And yeah, we're not going to let them get away. Everything that we can do to hold people accountable, we're going to do. So if council has any questions about any specifics, please, I'm here. If you'd like to contact me later, I just wanted to let you know and thought you would need that update as to where we're going and what we're doing. The officers are all doing well, not seriously injured. We're very lucky that we didn't have more serious injuries with the fights that we were witnessing there. So, okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chief.